Coach on the road, once again, take you behind the scenes with the MLB stars of the game. And I got the man here, SW. I'm going to let him introduce himself to my Chicago audience.
How's it going, guys? Steven Wilson here, relief pitcher with the White Sox.
Okay, so we're taking our youngsters behind the scenes on what this journey's like getting to the big leagues. What has it been like for you?
It's kind of a crazy journey. I got drafted out of high school in 2012, turned it down, went to college, ended up getting hurt a bunch in college, stayed there for 6 years, and then got drafted again in 2018 by the Padres. Spent 3.5 years in the minor leagues and then made it up to the big leagues in 22. And then right at the end of spring training this year got traded over to the White Sox. So that's how I got here.
So wait a minute, you was the man, you get drafted in high school, you turned it down, then you go to college?
Yeah.
So you got 2 bites at that one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I used to coach college baseball.
Okay.
Scouted for 5 major league teams. Every kid's dream of playing the big leagues, but they think you guys get drafted and you're in the big leagues the next day.
No. Some guys like crochet. If you're a lefty and you're 6'7" and throw 100, you'll get there quicker. But yeah, no, I spent 2018, I got drafted in 18, 2019, then COVID year, and 21 in the minor leagues, and then finally in 22 made it up to the big leagues.
So what was this road like for you getting there?
I mean, it was hectic, battling through a bunch of injuries. You're playing in a lot of different places, riding a lot of long bus rides, playing in the middle of nowhere in front of no fans. And yeah, it was crazy, but at the end of the day, you get here and it's all worth it. So
along that way, that sometimes you just get so frustrated, you're like, I'm through with this, I'm walking away.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's not for everybody. There's a lot of guys I know that were high prospects, drafted top even 5 rounds, and after a couple of years in the minor leagues, they just retired because they didn't enjoy professional baseball. So, yeah, it's definitely, it's not the lifestyle for everybody, but if you can kind of persevere through those years and get here, it's a little bit better up here.
And then in my experience, a lot of guys go through where they the stars of their high school team. Then they go to play college and they wind up all of a sudden, I'm just another number on the team.
Yeah.
Then you get in the minor leagues, and I mean, you got all different language, all different everything.
Oh, yeah.
In minor league.
Yeah, it's, I mean, if you play college baseball, you're probably one of the better players on your high school team, and then every time you go up, you're probably one of the better players on your college team. You play professionally, and now you got all the best college players. And you add in the guys from foreign countries, the Dominican, Puerto Rico, all over the place, Venezuela. And you're just increasing competition the higher up you go. It's better and better players and more competition. So
when you're tracing that dream, do you envision that day when you go get that call up and make it to the big leagues?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
you get big league. Come on. You get big league.
I think that's what every kid is envisioning when they. I mean, in high school, I knew I wanted to play professional baseball. I quit all the other sports, and that was kind of from probably 2010 on, I was like, I just want to play in the big leagues. And it was 12 years later that I finally made that happen. But yeah, it's, you envision it for a long time, and along the road, you might not think it'll actually ever happen. And as long as you keep working and pushing through, you got a chance.
So let's take that youngster back. You get that call, you're going to the big leagues. What is that experience like?
Yeah, I was in spring training. I broke with the team. Spring training was over. We had 1 day off before our first game, and there was about 6 of us who didn't know if we made the team or not. And they called me into the office that day, and they let me know I made the team, and our first game was actually in Arizona, so I drove to the team hotel from our spring training complex. But yeah, it was pretty cool with the manager and pitching coach and the GM, assistant GM, all sitting in a room letting you know that you made the big league team.
Did you cry?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all part of it.
I finally got another one admit they cried.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's walk through. You get that call, you're going to the big leagues. You get to the ballpark, Major League ballpark.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you drive up and you got to walk that tunnel into the locker room. What's that feeling like?
It's kind of surreal that first day. You kind of always dreamed about it. You don't know what it's really going to look like. I hadn't really been to any of the big league ballparks, so it was. I mean, it's cool. You're around a bunch of stars, especially when I was over in San Diego, I mean, you had a bunch of perennial all-stars, and so you're walking through the tunnel with those guys, and it kind of hits you at some point. You're like, wow, that guy's my teammate now, and yeah, it's a cool feeling.
Do you realize you got to go through security and all that just to get inside the stadium?
It's a little easier for us now. We don't have to go through like metal detectors or anything. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you walk in and see your uniform hanging up. What was that feeling like?
I mean, it's kind of back to what you talked about earlier. It's everything you dreamed of growing up, and I mean, you've seen your uniform in spring training, and it's the official uniform of the team, but you're not actually at a big league stadium. So until you get into that locker room and see it hanging up with your nameplate, it's pretty special.
And now you're officially a big leaguer.
Yes, sir.
Stephen Wilson. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
League of our own is a self-funded developmental baseball league that offers baseball players an outlet to continue playing baseball.
This league is designed to develop the whole baseball player, both on and off the field. It's of nonstop baseball.
This league is dedicated to the generations of baseball players who were denied the opportunity to play baseball because of factors other than their ability to play the game. The requirements for this league are baseball talent and ability. You can log on to our website at www.ALOOO247.com. That's ALOOO247.com. Thank you, and help us spread the word.
Click on the subscribe button and become a subscriber.